Well, just under the wire, we are ready for some Monday night action. We're starting things off with Iron and Dirty 38's here on our Wednesday men's Major League action. We saw Iron last week. We're getting our first look at the new members of the majors, the Dirty 38's. Alan Osinski on the mound. But we're going to go through the Iron lineup first. In red, you've got Tyler Atkins leading off, then Spencer Stanek, Billy Quirk, Chapo Bolinas, Brian Toomey, Joe Welgos, Marco Macias, Jimmy Pareda, Nate Kremkow, and CJ Natupski. Also want to give a shout out to my buddy Brian of Obscure Spirits, who sent me some music. Royalty free, of course, I hope. We'll see if there's a C&D in my text messages after this game, but thank you to him for providing a little pump up music. Blistering by Obscure Spirits, hopefully blistering here tonight. Beautiful evening, 75 breezy, and the first pitch from Osinski to Tyler is a strike. So we are underway here on this beautiful Monday evening, live from the Park District of Forest Park. Atkins hits this one into right at Joe. Joe makes a catch for out number one. So Spencer Stanek steps in. Shout out to everyone joining us early as we get started here. So Stanek playing center field for Iron. Takes a strike from Osinski. Yeah, up until about 4 minutes before game time, couldn't get any of the audio working. So just scrambling here a bit to make sure everything is settled, as there's another nice pitch. Full count here from Allen to Spencer. We got my real life version of Statler and Waldorf, Airborne and Matt over on Twitch. As there's a walk, ball 4 for Stanek. First runner here for Iron. That's going to bring the second baseman Billy Quirk up, the lefty. Quirk hits that one to the left side and out. Quirk hits that one up the middle, splits all three. Stanek into third, and first and third now, one out here for Iron. Chapo steps in, shakes Oscar's hand. Of course, Oscar behind the plate. As I was saying, they'll hop over to Twitch, hang out in that chat. We've also got chat on Facebook and YouTube. If you've got questions, we've got answers, maybe. I don't know if it's the right one, but I'm sure I've got one. That one gets the plate. Chapo takes a strike. Big leap from Allen. Chapo hits this one into left at Mark. Back, makes the catch at the hip. Tabbed towards second. Great throw. Not sure what Billy was doing there. So Stanek comes in to score, I believe. And they get him on the double play. So bingo, bango, no bongo necessary on that one. Iron gets a run, but they get cut down at second to end the inning. Dirty 38's coming up. Was definitely expecting some sort of pickle situation or something there. I don't know. Quirk with good speed, obviously anticipating that throw maybe going somewhere else, but got there in plenty of time, and he just kind of ran into the tag. So the third out there at second base for Iron. Dirty 38's are going to be coming up here, and they're going to have Joe, Mark, Jew, Grove, Dante, Pap, Scott, Allen, Nick, and Dane. And I believe they're going to be playing a little bit of musical chairs with their lineup until their 10th guy shows up. So if I have anybody wrong defensively, I haven't quite put the faces to the names yet, so we'll get there, but famous last words for me. We'll get there. Defensively for Iron, it's going to be Tyler, Spencer, and Brian Toomey in the outfield, left to right. And then on the infield, it's Chapo, Nate, Marco, Billy, and Joe. And then CJ and Jimmy, pitcher-catcher. So fairly similar alignment, or fairly similar lineup as last week for Iron. Nate Kremkow, as Dan Atkins told me before the game, is that one right over Chapo's head into left. Atkins with it, quick throw into second, and there's a leadoff single from Joe. Here's Mark with a runner on first, hits that one up the middle. Marco, no chance to get to it as he hit that one hard, and runners on first and second with the first two batters for Dirty 38's. Here's Julian Russell stepping in, nobody out, big opportunity for him. Haven't seen a ton of Julian, but every time I've watched him play, he's made at least one eye-popping catch, and it's the snot out of the ball, so good opportunity here for the 38's. CJ hoping to hold him at bay. That one to the right side, foul up against the fence. So we wait to get this one back in play. That one to right again. Toomey chasing it over to the line, makes the basket catch, gets it into Quirk quickly, throws slightly offline. Marco with it, throws it home. Good catch there. Both runners advance, so a productive out and a productive throw back in. Toomey, if he didn't get rid of that one quickly, there's a good chance Joe would have taken third and home. So great job getting the ball in. Throws slightly offline. Marco right there, and then fired it home to Jimmy. So second and third, one out. I believe this is Grove. Hits this one high into center, right at Stanek, makes the catch, throw goes towards third. We're all tied up at one. Big turn around third. Chapo throws home. No tag, but he does tag him as he slides past the bag. So both innings ending on plays on the bases. Sorry about that. Had to make sure as they were talking. So Mark gunned out at home. Great throw from Chapo. Good job at home from Pareda to make the catch. So we get all three outs. We're all tied up at one. We go to the second inning. Dirty 38's coming up. Cats and dogs are sleeping together. Our pets' heads are falling off. People are getting thrown out on base. So both first innings ending with good plays to get the runner, neutralize the threat, all tied up at 1 as we're in the top of the second inning. And here for Iron, it's going to be Toomey, Joe, and Marco. Looks like we've got Allen over at third now, so I believe 38's got all of their players here. Dane on the mound. That one laced down the line into left. Mark's got it. Good throw in. Toomey holds at first, so a leadoff single for Iron. So now we're going to have Dane on the mound. Allen will be at third, and I believe we are all set for the Dirty 38. So Joe in with a runner on first. Double pump and pitch. That one inside. Good strike there. Exaggerated pump and pitch. Joe hits that one to the right side past Nick. Big turn around second. Toomey at third. Joe at first. First and third here for Iron. Nobody down. And Marco Macia stepping in. While we're at it, just want to remind you here at the Park District of Forest Park, it's almost pool season, Memorial Day weekend. Head over to pdofp.org or check out our Facebook or Instagram pages. You can see links to get your pool passes today. It's going to be a great summer here at the park. We've also got all sorts of aquatics-based activities. That one over at first, just out of the reach of Scott. Good hustle on that one, but we've got some flick and floats, some pool parties, all sorts of stuff that come free with pool passes. So come on down. We've also got some free movies and concerts that you can see all about over on Facebook. Check out our program guide, but we got a lot of action coming up here at the Park District of Forest Park. I know because the marketing department has been busy, and that department is me. So game one here of a doubleheader. That one high into center. Dante under makes the catch. Toomey tagging, no throw. Good wheels over at third, made that one easy. So Marco with the sac fly gets the first across for this inning. Iron retakes the lead. Had to re-add that first run as well, so it is 2-1 right now. Iron over Dirty 38's. Jimmy Pareda takes strike one. Of course, our second game tonight is Pharaohs and Circus, so all four teams here tonight looking to make some noise on the road to no gloves. Just missed on that one to Jimmy. Our guy Phil McHugh checking in over on Facebook. What up? Pareda hits that one just off Osinski's hand. Chapo's going to hold at second. Throw, good throw in from Mark to try to backdoor Chapo over at two, but he gets back in safely. So first and second. I got to say, Phil, kind of jealous every time I see a Facebook post. It's either some sort of delicious looking ribs or an awesome garden or living the life, my friend. Living the life. So there's strike one to Nate Kremkow. As I said, Dan Atkins said recently graduated, so congratulations. That one up the middle. Step on second for one. Easy throw to first. Nice play there from Pap. Bingo, bango, no bongo necessary. Another run in for Iron, but that is all she wrote. We head to the bottom of the second inning with the Dirty 38's coming up. So bottom two here for the 38's coming up. It's going to be Dante, Pap, and Scott. Iron looking to hold the line right here. So CJ set. Dante hits that one to the left side. A quick 2 strikes. Happy to have you with us live at the Park District of Forest Park. 7501 Harrison, right along 290. And you can probably hear the blue line going by as we speak. Dante takes a ball off the front of the plate. CJ with the hop, the check, and the pitch. Dante hits this one high into center. Stanek a couple steps over, backpedals, and makes the catch for out number 1. Hope everyone's having themselves a great Monday evening. Monday as a whole. I know Garfield wasn't a big fan of Mondays, but that doesn't mean we can't be. He also ate lasagna every day, and I don't think that's a great choice. Is that one hit up the middle between CJ and Billy? That's going to be a 1-out single for Pap. There we go. We got Matt over on Twitch enjoying a cocktail. That's the second best thing to be in here in Forest Park. You know, if you could be sitting in the bleachers, soaking in the atmosphere, having a dog. But if you can be at home, kicking your feet up, enjoying the game. Butter just got home from golf, just jumped on. Probably shot like a 40. One here to Scott. That one lands perfectly. Scott kind of gave up on it. And that one just found the zone. Up the middle to Marco. Steps on second for 1. Easy throw to first. Bingo, bango. Once again, no bongo necessary. Another double play. We head to the top of the third. Iron holds on to a 2-1 lead. And just like that, Butter says, oh, only even par 2. I shot a 111 the other day, and it took me 4 holes to make solid contact, so you be happy with that score, sir. We're in the top of the third here for Iron. It's going to be the pitcher, CJ, then back to the top with Tyler Atkins and Spencer Stanek. While we wait, want to say hello to everyone. Hi, hi. Yeah, it was rough, Butter. But I hadn't swung a club since like August last year. So CJ hits this one to the left side. Foul, about halfway between the foul line and the fence. Yes, he did, Matt. He's really good. This one into left center. That's going to fall for at least a single. Dante back, cuts it off. CJ's going to hold at first. Good single there for the Iron pitcher to help his cause. We get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Nate Kremka. Welcome back from college. Go run, kid. So runner on first. Dane to Atkins. The lefty hits it to the left side right. Osinski gets his hands on it, but it crawls right up the palms. So first and second, nobody out here for Stanek. That one into right center. Good ball there from Stanek. Kremkow's going to score. Atkins into third, so still first and third here for Iron. Nobody out. They're sitting pretty. So Billy Quirk here, first and third. 3-1 lead for Iron. Quirk hits that one high into center. Dante back. Tyler's going to tag. Throw goes into second. Stanek holds. So they get the first out, trading out for a run. 4-1 now for Iron. Chapo hits that one into left. Good read from Mark. Gets in there quick. Throw goes back to first. Little offline. Had a chance to get Spencer. Great read there from Mark. Thought that one might have dropped at his feet, but he was able to catch that one at the hip. Good speed coming in. Good read off the bat. Almost got the double play, but more importantly, 2 outs as they're chasing 3. Toomey stepping in, got on and scored in the second. Another one of the Twitch mob checking in. Doug. I know we're either being watched on a 100-inch projector or a 42-inch TV. Either way, pretty darn good as that one hammered into left center. Great play from Dante. Good range into the gap. That one hung up there just long enough for Dante to range over and make the catch. So 2 across for the Iron, but that's all she wrote on a couple good defensive plays there at the end of the inning for the Dirty 38. So 4-1 after 3, or after the top of 3. We head to the bottom of the third. Dirty 38's looking to answer with a little bit of defensive momentum. A little EO Sky and Dirty 38's looking to be aerial assassins here. Alan Osinski starting things off. Chasing 3, just looking to get something going. It's been a fairly quiet offensive output thus far. Joe, the leadoff hitter, got on and scored, and it's been crickets since then. But we know this Dirty 38's team can play. They won 2 tournaments last year. As that one lined over to Quirk, hit it hard, but right at Billy for number 1. Let's see, according to Butter's Magical Crib Notes, the Terry Moran 30th Annual Memorial Men's Division and the Egg Zarnik Men's Class A No Glove National Tournament. So just last year, quite a bit of success for this Dirty 38 squad. As I mentioned, this is their addition into majors as another one smoked, but right at the defender. Champa well placed off the bat of Nick. Just 2 real unlucky breaks there for the 38s. Trying to start a bit of momentum. You hit both balls hard, but Iron had to take a collective 0 steps on the first 2 outs of the inning. So strike 1 to Dane, 2 down. Hits that one up the middle, right at Marco. Easy throw to first and a quick, quiet 1-2-3 inning there for Iron. After 3, Dirty 38's chasing 3, and Iron coming up. So here for Iron, it's going to be Joe, Marco, and Jimmy. Still Dane on the mound for the 38s. Of course, for Iron, they're on Butter's Magical Crib sheet as well. They were the Melrose Park Veterans Park District Major League champs in '24, as well as the How about that? Forest Park, Major B Division League champs. So we split our tournament at the end of the season into A and B division. Iron was the B division champs of the Major League. So both teams with an actual tournament wins last year. Young, up and coming. Iron's been making some noise here in the majors the last couple of years. Dirty 38's have been in the tournament and now in the Major League. So looking to put their stamp on things. Lefty takes a ball just deep off the double pump. Three, 1 here to Joe. Right back at Dane, cradles it and flips it over to first for out number 1. Good play there from the pitcher. Yeah, you look at this list of tournaments from last year and ones that were won by all these teams, and there are a lot of tournaments every year. I'm sure Butter can give me the number as that one hammered and left over Mark's head. Marco around first. He's going to get at least a triple. The Mark hasn't even gotten to it. They're sending Marco. Marco around. Good throw from Julian, but Marco gets it by a step. Touch them all, young man. That's a home run. But yeah, between Terry Moran, Eggs Zarnik, and Melrose Park, and then our league finals, that's 4 of the however many tournaments there were last year that these teams have won. So really cool to see all the success across softball. As that one hit into left center again. Mark with an easier route to it this time, able to make the catch for out number 2. Yeah, Marco hit that ball and it just jumped. Not to say winning our league tournament isn't special, but obviously the big ones are much better. We're like the in-season tournament, and I don't think that really did anything for the Lakers. That one hammered into center, tailing back towards Dante. Dante slows down and makes the catch, so pretty quick inning, but not after a home run, or not before a home run from Marco. Adds another run to the board. It's 5-1 Iron with the lead. Dirty 38's coming up. For the record, 7-13. So we're here in the bottom of the 4th. Dirty 38's chasing 4 back to the top of the order. It's Joe, Mark, and Julian. Joe singled and scored in the first, and that is about it. Yeah, that was a song by Monday in the Park is a song by Chicago Adjacent. Is that one down the line just floats foul. Looked like it was going to hang up there and in there just long enough, but a couple inches foul. Peoria Matt asking the important questions over on Twitch. The dates for the tournament this year, July 24th through the 27th, with the play-in games on the 22nd. So the last full weekend in July, as that one from Joe into left. Tyler can't make the catch, squirts out of his hands. He gets his hands on it, so another single there. But yeah, July 24th through the 27th will be the No Glove Nationals tournament. That's right, we got another one. It's already coming up. So Mark here, who's made a couple real nice plays in the outfield, looking to do some work with the bat. And on cue, there's Butter. So far, we've got 98 listed for this year in 2025. More to be listed for sure. Last year in 2024, 113. So the 4 that I listed for these 2 teams is a very small amount of the tournaments that everyone plays, just to give you an amount of the expansive nature of softball tournaments in the area. These guys are always playing, always grinding, always getting better. All as we head towards No Glove National season. So very exciting. Every time I look at the calendar, it feels like we're ever closer. Mark hits that one high into left. Tyler towards the line, ranging over, makes the catch. No tag from Joe. So 1 out. Oscar thought there were 2. Only 2 batters in this inning, and one of them is on plate. Julian hits that one to the right side. That's going to be foul. Yeah, with a number like 113 tournaments or 98 so far, obviously shout out to all of the tournament organizers who put it all together. It's absolute madness, chaos here for those 4 days of no gloves, and it takes months and months and months of planning. So I know that some people are planning multiple tournaments and doing all sorts of stuff all year long. So shout out to them for all the hard work, because these aren't just, show up and bare bones tournaments. These are some big deals, some big weekends for a lot of these teams. So knowing the amount that goes into putting those things together, it's a monster. But that one into right center, ranging over as Toomey gets it in quickly. Joe thought about tagging, but Toomey once again with the running throw to get the out. And then, of course, shout out to Butter, because he's always making brackets. Whether correct or incorrect, I don't know, but he's making them, and that's what counts. So 2 outs here for Grove. Hits that one up the middle into a cloud of dust right in front of second. Joe around second into third, so a little bit of life here late in the 4th inning for the Dirty 38's. Dante with a chance to bring it to 3. Julian running at first, so if he can find some space, cut it down to 2 as well. Yeah, absolute dart. If that one hit the base, it might have bounced all the way back here into the booth as Dante lifts that one into right at Toomey. Toomey makes the catch, flips to Quirk, and that's out number 3. So Dirty 38's threatening, but unable to do much with it after 4, chasing for Iron coming up. Top 5 here for Iron. They're going to send CJ, Tyler, and Spencer up. So very similar to the 3rd inning. And in the 3rd inning, they scored 2 runs. Looking to do much of the same here. Just off screen at the bottom, CJ and Tyler strategizing. So Dane set, CJ set. We're set. Glad to have you here with us live from the Park District of Forest Park. Absolutely beautiful Monday. CJ hits that one over his head right at Julian. Julian fires it to first for the out. One of the most smooth shortstops you'll see. It was either my first or second game I was calling, and this guy laid out, made a one-handed diving catch, full extension, and got up and fired a laser across the diamond. And I was like, this is A-League? This is, they were playing a little bit lower. And he stood out. And just watching some of the shortstop play across 16-inch softball is phenomenal. The speed that you need to make some of these plays and how quick you have to get up, get rid of it, fire it across accurately. That position up the middle, very vital, and some extremely entertaining shortstops that we get to see week in and week out here at Forest Park and everywhere else, wherever you may be watching. So 2 down here for Spencer Stanek. One into center right at Dante. Now carrying a little bit more. Dante broke in, then had to run back a few steps, but all easy work for him. He gets it for out number 3. So a much needed 1-2-3 inning there defensively for the Dirty 38's. We head to the bottom of the 5th. They're chasing 4. So here, as we inch ever so close to the end of this one, a couple opportunities left for the Dirty 38's. A 1-2-3 inning defensively, a big opportunity there. Of course, after this one, we're going to have Pharaohs and Circus, so the action just getting started here in Forest Park. Live from the Park District of Forest Park, Field 1. Hammered off the hands of Marco. Pap with a single. So runner on first here for Scott. 38's understandably doesn't have to do it all here, just has to chip away. But at some point you've got to take that momentum and run with it. Couple opportunities squandered. That one over to second. Billy flips to Marco for one. Over to first. Bingo, bango, bongo. And right on cue, another opportunity erased by the quality defense here from Iron. So just like that, 2 down, Allen in. Oscar calls time as someone hit one pretty far over on field 2. Allen lines that one up the middle. Had a little extra something on that swing. Hard hit ball for a 2-out single. Keeps the inning alive and moves it down to Nick. There's strike 1. Good start there from CJ. And gets that one over to Billy. Billy quick flip to Marco. Nice play from Quirk. Close play, but got rid of it quickly for out number 3. So nothing doing once again for the 38's. We head to the top of the 6th. Iron up 5-1. 3, 4, 5 for Iron. It's going to be Quirk, Chapo, and Toomey. Yeah, absolutely. Great play there from Billy, ranging over. Billy is a very rangy player by nature, but got rid of that one quickly. And we've seen a couple plays from these Iron defenders where just the quickness in which they've gotten rid of the ball has either resulted in an out or resulted in one less base in getting it in quickly. And we've seen both times that the throws come in from Toomey and Wright quickly and held the player at bay. You know, the next batter gets a hit and you're not in scoring position. So just good quick plays from Iron, really minimizing the opportunities for Dirty 38's. They've had a couple, but it's just been quite a few double plays as that one from Billy smoked back to Dane. High throw. Grove can't hold the bag. Got to believe that one as Dane knocked it down, got the heart rate elevated ever so slightly. and he just kind of rushed to pick that one up, fired it a little high. Grove's foot came off the bag, and Billy beats it out. So using the speed that he used to get to that ball to get down to first. Here's Chapo. That one in to right at the feet of Joe. Billy read that one well and gets into second easily. So here's Toomey with runners on first and second. There's a strike. Nice pitch from Dane. Toomey takes strike two. Unhappy with that one, but it looks like it came back in ever so slightly to find the zone. Hits that one into left, right at the feet of Mark Quirk around third. The throw comes home. It's a good throw, but Quirk, let's see if his knee's all right. Didn't really slide, just kind of rolled over onto his knee. A good throw in from Mark. Grove came up the line to make the play. Chapo stops at third. So 6-1. Here's Joe. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Joe hits it high into right at Joe. Joe chasing it back. Can't make the catch, so Joe hits it over Joe's head. Wygos around second, heading to third. Let's see if they wave him home. They hold him. The throw offline. Joe thinking about it, but he holds at third. The bench not too happy with that one. Actually, it sounds like coach might have been waving him, but Joe decided to hold, so he's going to stay on third. So Joe on third, two more in for Iron. Marco coming up. Hits that one to the right side, just under Grove's hand. Joe comes in to score easy. RBI single and a big smile on Joe's face. Still nobody out. That one over to short. Julian flips to second for one. Over to first. Bingo, bango, bongo. Just like that, two down. So a much needed momentum stopper there defensively for the Dirty 38's. Able to cut down Marco at second, Jimmy at first. Nate stepping in with nobody on. And that double play huge after 4 quick runs from Iron to start off the 6th. That one to Julian again, down, makes the throw across, just wide. Grove can't pick it. Looked like Julian didn't really get the feet set, hooked it across, pulled it just a bit wide. Kremko hustling down the line, so he might have rushed himself just a bit. There's strike one. CJ hits that one up the middle. Pap to first. Grove with the catch. They get the third out, so 4 runs across. Big double play for Dirty 38's to hold the momentum. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. 38's down 8, looking to scratch a couple runs across. So 9-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Dane, then back to the top. So 10-1-2 Dane, Joe, and Mark. After the first inning, it's been a fairly quiet offensive output for the 38s. I know before the game, talking to Alan and Julian, they're kind of hurting for players before the game, so not their full roster, not a full representation of this Dirty 38 squad. And besides that 4-run inning there, they've been playing Iron pretty closely. Iron's just had a couple clutch hits fall their way and a couple big defensive plays to stall the momentum for the 38s. As Dane hits that one down the line, Tyler ranging, drags the toes inbounds for the official NFL catch and out number 1. So Joe 2 for 2. One of the few bright spots for the 38's offense in this one. Hits that one over to Billy. Billy down off his back foot, makes the quick throw over to get him for number 2. So here's Mark with 2 down. Our guy Memo checking in over on YouTube. That's right, YouTube says, let's go Iron. Miss you over here, buddy. Can't wait to see you. Mark hits that to the right side. Joe wisely puts his hands up in the air, doesn't touch it in fair territory. Mark hits that one to Kremko. Good hop up to the chest. Easy throw over to first. 1, 2, 3 inning there for Iron. We head to the top of the 7th. Iron coming up looking to add to their 8-run lead. We got Ron Forster watching over on Facebook. What up? Airborne, absolutely. Real outstanding defense from Iron tonight. Like I said, it seems like every time Dirty 38s would start to make a little bit of noise, Iron would put the suppressors on, quiet that noise. So while they are leading by 8 runs, like I said, besides that 4-run inning, they've been playing fairly close. It's just been a matter of balls falling for Iron and Iron taking away balls from Dirty 38. So here we are in the top of the 7th. Back to the top of the order, Tyler Atkins, Spencer Stanek, and Billy Quirk facing Dane. Tyler hits that one to left, tailing towards Mark. Mark makes the catch. There's Matt about the Iron defense. If you like puns, definitely go subscribe on Twitch because this guy's full of them. Ironclad defense. When they hit ground balls to each other, is that technically Iron sharpening iron? Double pump from Dane to Stanek. Ball deep. Spencer hits that one right past Julian. Thought about diving, but it was tailing away. A hard single. So 1 out, runner on first. Billy Quirk stepping in. You can see some players from Circus starting to show up to our left. Circus and Pharaohs after this one, so once this one's done, we'll have another great game right after as that one flipped towards the line, tailing away from Mark. Mark gets it into third quickly. Julian knocks it down. So Chapo in the ultimate move had to take the daughter to the bathroom in between innings. Back just in time for his at-bat, so A-plus dadding and teammating from Chapo out here. First and second, one out. That one right back at Dane, knocks it down, tries to get to it. Backhand flip to first. Grove with the stretch and the catch. So second and third, two down. But yeah, after that inning, you might have noticed Chapo didn't run back to the dugout. He ran across the field the other way. Came sprinting back into screen there for his at-bat, so perfectly timed on both ends. So two down, second and third here for Toomey. Two down for Toomey. Hits that one up the middle at Pap. It skips off Pap's hands. Two more are going to come in. Big turnaround first. Toomey, good hustle into second. Rounds second, heading towards third. Julian throws it right in the middle of the spine. And Toomey standing on third. Rounded second as that throw was coming in like it was a video game or something. Ran right past Julian at second base, and then Julian dotted him in the middle of the spine as he went into third. So Toomey standing on third, two more runs in for Iron. Joe stepping in, big smile on Toomey's face. Definitely a move that a man with a mustache would make. Daring, cunning, dangerous. There's a strike to Joe. Right back at you, Memo. Hope all is well. Fun fact, Memo Morales is actually one of the very first softball people I talked to when I started working here at the park. He made me take a picture of him. Joe flips that to the left side. I guess he didn't make me. He asked me, but he grabbed me real aggressively when he asked me. No, he's... So that one back in play. Looks like maybe Chippy from Circus. Can't tell from that far away. Definitely can't see that far. So 2-2 here from Dane to Joe. 2 outs. Runner on third after the big hit from Toomey. Brought 2 more in. So 11-1 right now. Sorry, scorebox isn't up. That one just misses inside. Joe lifts this one into right center, tailing away from right, tailing towards center. Dante gets it, throws it back into 2. Just a little errant and offline, and Joe has an RBI double, so another run in for Iron. Joe standing at second. Big hit there. You could see right off the bat that ball tailing away from Joe in right field. Thought Dante might have had a beat on it, but it landed about a step away from him as well. So still 2 out. Marco hits that one over to third. Allen with it, plays it on a low hop, fires across. Grove with the stretch and the catch for out number 3. 3 more across for Iron. They're leading 12-1. Dirty 38's with a little bit of work to do to keep this one going. So bottom 7, and for the Dirty 38's, it's going to start with Julian, Grove, and Dante. So Oscar set and ready to go. We were joking last week that the first 2 Monday games I did with Oscar were pretty much blowouts, and then, you know, Tuesday games were very good, very close, and then here we are again on a Monday game, and it's a blowout. Julian lifts that to the right side. Toomey there, a couple steps over, makes the casual catch. Casual catch opening up for Snow Patrol at Lala. So one down here for Grove. High into center, tailing away from Stanek. Stanek and Toomey towards it. Stanek calls him off and makes a nice rangy catch in right center for out number 2. So a quick 2 down brings Dante to the plate. That one misses. 1 count. Jimmy misses CJ on the throw, and the dugout lets him know about it. Dante hits this one to left. Tyler, step in, step back, step over, and makes the catch for out number 3. So a 7-run game. Iron with the 7-inning game, sorry. Iron with the 11-run win. And that's going to do it here for game number 1. So the final in this one is 11-1. Iron victorious over the Dirty 38's. Dirty 38's without a full roster, but they put up a valiant effort. They played them close most of that one. It was a big 6th inning for Iron that made the difference in this one, but a couple clutch defensive plays to stall the Dirty 38's was the big difference in this one, despite the major offensive output. That's going to do it for game number 1 here live from the Park District of Forest Park. We had a lot of fun in that one. Iron, of course, making a statement. They started off 0-2 so far in this season. They haven't had a ton of momentum coming into this one, but as we know, they're a very exciting young team. They're starting to get their players back from college, so that kind of a good starting point for this Iron team. You know, Kremkow just got back. You know, they're really going to start playing as a full team now as they go. So that was a real good one. Dirty 38's, of course, a whole lot of season to go, so exciting to see where they go from here, where they go for the rest of the season. I'm not sure when our next game with them is, but our next game here tonight in a couple minutes is going to be Pharaohs and Circus, so we're going to get everything turned around right here, get our title cards turned over. We're going to get the live stream going back. We'll get the music going, and we will be ready to roll. So thank you for joining us here live from the Park District of Forest Park. Field 1, Monday, Wednesday, Men's Major League Softball. Game 1. A 12-1 victory for Iron over Dirty 38's. Game 2, question mark? Hope you'll join us right here live on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. See you in a little bit.